We're doing two things today. We're spraying burn down to kill off all the remaining wheat, clover, grasses, anything spring, summer that it may have come in. We are also spraying pre-emergence. Most of these little grasses and certainly the wheat has been knocked out. We actually have some good germination there. Good shot. We just got our cornfield planted yesterday, back out here the next day. These things sit, they're plastic, there's no telling. So let's make sure it's working. We're gonna go spray some pre-emergence, do a glyphosate burn down. Pretty well taken care of. This will be year 4 or 5. And I know there's been a lot of people watching the review video of this thing, like that thing is junk, spraying at least twice a year, and we hit the driveway in between. So this has got a lot of usage on it to be a piece of junk. That's just my opinion. This is a 10-foot boom that I added an additional foot in the nozzle on both ends to pick up closer to 12 feet of spray width. That's a good sound, and that's a good sight. Really nice fans. I like to check all the fans. I'm gonna take that one off and clean it, but the rest of these look really good. Had to do a little bit of rewiring, but I brought everything I needed. I think it's probably a fuse, if I had to guess. I'm gonna give it one more test run here to make sure all those nozzles are still clear. Then we'll load up product, we'll talk chemicals. Yeah, that's much better. See how we got rid of those hard, solid streams? We're doing two things today. We're spraying burn down to kill off all the remaining wheat, clover, grasses, anything spring, summer that it may have come in. It'll come out to about 3 ounces per gallon. We are also spraying pre-emergent, Prowl H2O, pendimethalum. This is your grass pre-emergent, and we're gonna be spraying this at up to 4 pints per acre, 3/4 of an acre. We're gonna put out 3 pints of the pendimethalum on 3/4 of an acre. We're also going to spray out metolachlor. This does some grasses, but also broadleafs as well. Both of these are labeled for corn for pre-emergence. And the metolachlor, you can go 2 to 2.6 pints per acre. So on this 3/4 acre, we're going to go about 2 pints on our field here. Going to mix in a little bit of a non-ionic surfactant. Now this does have surfactant already built into it, so you would not have to add NitroSurf, but I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit in there to give it a little extra bump. We're good on glyphosate. We'll go ahead and do 2 pints of the NitroSurf. Next up is our metolachlor. We've got 3/4 of an acre, so we're gonna go 2 pints of metolachlor. Always wear your gloves and wear your glasses and read your label. Pendimethalum, fantastic grass herbicide. We're going 3 pints on 3/4 of an acre. This is where it really gets colorful. So we got all our herbicide in. We are spraying Roundup Ready hybrid field corn today. And these are the same herbicides at almost the same exact rate you would use for sunflowers minus Spartan Charge, because that's going to give you even broader spectrum broadleaf control, which we do have a lot of broadleafs out here. So this is actually very similar to what we're going to spray pre-emergent for our sunflowers. So this is what we're spraying. Trying to knock out some broadleafs that lived, ow! And then knocking out the wheat. That's some grasses right there. Some more broadleafs. So this is what we're spraying. Everything green that survived the disking, we're gonna knock it out with the glyphosate. With that extra foot on either end, I get a really wide spray. So I like to do a quick test just to see how wide this pattern is gonna be. And it's continuous all the way through, all the way almost to the field edge. Just finished doing all of our burn down and pre-emergence for the corn. Now we're doing glyphosate burn down on what's going to be the sunflower field. We'll plant that May 11th. So we're spraying about 2 weeks before planting. 3 ounces to the gallon of the glyphosate built-in surfactant to burn down the dove field. I'm not adding in the NitroSurf, no pre-emergence. In case you're wondering, it is okay if that trace residue from the pre-emergence in the cornfield gets sprayed over there. That's all the same product we're gonna be putting out anyway. There's nothing too sensitive in there, and it'll be incorporated into the dirt, which is actually how metolachlor is supposed to be applied, and prowl is supposed to be water incorporated. Just finished out doing the burn down on the sunflower field. Again, just going glyphosate, 3 ounces to the gallon. Come back here May 11th with the drill and hopefully drill some sunflowers. But I think the plan is going to be to come in here and till this prior to running the drill through it. This ground is really hard, just like the other field. I'm wondering if that's going to give that tiller a fit, bouncing off this hard ground. But the goal is to have exposed bare soil before we run that drill through here. I'll do a whole separate video on planting the sunflowers and spraying the pre-emergence for sunflowers. Very similar to corn, except we're going to add in Spartan Charge. I do think we're going to disc that or till it more than likely before we drill, just because there is so much organic matter over there. That is going to formally wrap up the corn planting and spraying process. We'll see if it works. It worked last year. Soil moisture is a lot different this year. It's a lot drier, a little bit different conditions, but it is what it is. If we even get the results we had last year, we'll be in pretty good shape here. And we came out here a week later, and you can tell we knocked a lot of it out. This thistle is very resistant. It seems to be a little stressed out. Most of these little grasses, and certainly the wheat, has been knocked out. That little broadleaf took it. That thistle took it. That's the one that poked me. So we got a pretty good kill. It does appear I missed some areas. My dog's trying to dig up my corn. Yeah, little rascal. Leave it alone, girl. We actually have some good germination there. That one must have sprouted in no time. Most of it just is germinating and hadn't actually emerged yet, but a couple of them have. That's pretty cool to see. I think we're going to have us a cornfield. We've had a really nice soaking 2 inches of rain over the last 48 hours. I don't see too much corn at the surface. Most of it has stayed under the soil. Should germinate and pop any day now. 1 week after spraying the sunflower field, doing the burn down, and this was 3 ounces to the gallon of glyphosate, and well, it smoked it. And I think that little bit of residue, the metolachlor, the pendimethalin in there gave it a 1-2 punch. Got the dog out here learning the farm. Hey, don't eat that herbicide. Got my boys out here. What's up, birthday dude? So that's going to wrap up this video, getting the pre-emergence out for the corn, as well as doing a burn down the sunflower field. I went ahead and waited a week to come out here to gauge results and just check out everything. I think we're going to be in pretty good shape. As long as everything goes as planned, we'll be out here next time with a drill, planting sunflowers next weekend. So fingers crossed, we're going to make that happen. But until then, I really appreciate you guys watching. God bless. Take care.